1 second, guys.
Salve Novo Mebaracum. The Republic is in its final hour. We are at the crossroads of destiny. Unfortunately, the elite in Washington, D.C. has not realized the damage they have done to our founding document, to our sacred Constitution. So where does this leave us? This leaves us one of two choices: totalitarian nanny state or Caesarist. I'm not impeding flow.
Sorry?
I'm not impeding flow. I'm not impeding traffic.
Sorry?
I'm not impeding flow. I'm not impeding traffic. I'm exercising my constitution.
No, I understand. I understand all that, right? But this is a private property. You can't be loud, can't be doing that, you know what I mean? And they don't want nobody to stand on this. So if you want to do all that, now do that downstairs, please. Now this is a business property.
Looks like the Leviathan's emissaries have come for me already. Seems that they don't understand the mandate of law.
I'm asking nicely. I'm asking nicely because I have my bosses that be up here when they come out here. Can you please step down from here?
Then I will go to a public subway.
Yeah. That's all.
Is that fine?
Thank you.
We have to move already. It is not its institution. No. American children of Washington, sons of the Capitol Wolf, from Aeneas to Romulus, to Arthur to Washington, the sword of civilization is passed. We are the grandchildren of Troy. We are the descendants of Rome, the rightful heir to the Roman Empire. And yet, we squander away our potential in wars that we do not win. We print money into oblivion. Where is this bringing us? Well, I'm looking at retail space for lease. The city is rotting from the inside out, because ultimately these politicians do not care. At best, they are incompetent. At worst, they are absolutely malicious. They drain your wallet. They regulate when and where you can move. And yet, they don't walk the very streets that you and me do. They don't know what it's like to ride the subway. They don't know what it's like to fear being pushed onto the tracks because someone thought you looked at them the wrong way. No, they have their convoys. They can afford private security. But where does that leave us? That leaves us needing change. The federal government is a corpse. It is a corpse of its intention by the founders of this nation, the founders of this great experiment, this great civilizational project. The continuation of Rome. Glory to the Western heir to the Roman Empire. Ma'am? Security guard, ma'am? Might I ask, what does your government do for you? This is an open dialogue here. What about you, ma'am? What would you like to see from your government? Sir, sweatshirt, what would you like to see from your government? Isn't it interesting that they make you pay taxes, yet they can't reform the infrastructure that you use every day? Here's what's interesting. They don't care. These roads have not been paved in 20 years. The subway tracks, laid during the Civil War. Yet, we pay them billions and billions and billions of taxpayer dollars that they waste away. In black projects, and that they waste away on frivolous spending, including sending overseas when that money could be used right here to reform our great nation. Yet, you all walk in apathy. Minds down, heads looking down, because that's what they tell you will get you by. Yet you slave 90 hours a week, caring not for much, but to be able to feed your family. And here they are, taxing 30% of your paycheck. If not 30%, more. Zoning laws, which have existed for a while now, make it nearly impossible to build the necessary housing to get the homeless into shelter. They literally rob you with regulations. They rob you of your dignity. They rob you of your freedom. Ma'am, do you feel free? All right. Silence is an answer in of itself. Sir, white shirt? Do you care for some dialogue? No? Here's what they have always gotten wrong. We're not some mindless consumer. Just look at what happened when they bombed Pearl Harbor, when Japan dropped bombs on our Navy assets. We did not take it lying down. No, we mobilized our entire war effort, and we crushed the Japanese under the weight of a new sun. Yet, when I look around now, I see people who are just happy being passive, letting the elite rob them blind and regulate their lives out of existence. So where does this leave us? This leaves us one viable choice. We must assume the mandate of law. The mandate that has given the government its right to rule, that it is no longer following. the mandate of law, which has been lost from Washington. And how do we do that? We invoke the mandate. We invoke the mandate of law to bring as a sword against the Leviathan's throat. Leviathan delendus est. The Leviathan must be destroyed. Sir, can I ask you a question, please? Right, your silence says just as much as any dialogue would, so I hope you know that. Here's the thing. Weirdly enough, feels like I struck a nerve here. Now, this isn't a massive rally. No, most people just walk by. How could they engage? No, this needs to become a habit. And honestly, I could use some improvement on public speaking. All right, let's kill it here.